Hi everyone, Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and today Apple released iOS 18.4 to the public. Now, the file size of this update was 3.36 gigabytes, and that is on my iPhone 12 in product red. Now, this update was also released alongside iPadOS 18.4, which finished installing on my iPad Air 4th generation, macOS 15.4, watchOS 11.4, tvOS 18.4, HomePodOS 18.4, and visionOS 2.4. Now, this update surprisingly came a day early than expected. It was highly anticipated that this update would release in April, but we ended up getting it on March 31st, which is one day ahead of the release date, which was set for April 1st. Now let's take a look at the build number and talk about the new features. So we go to Settings, then we go over to General and About. The iOS build number is 22E240. And that is the build number for iOS 18.4. Now, the first change in iOS 18.4 is we now have ambient music controls. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to play any of them as I don't want to get copyrighted, as I don't know if they're copyright or not. But we do have ambient music controls, and you can pretty much add them. It has its own section here right underneath. Well, this doesn't have a section, but it's right above the capture section. You have different ambient music controls. You have 4 ambient music control toggles. In iOS 18.4, we also have an update in the News app. I don't think I'm subscribed to News Plus, so I don't know if this will work, but I will try to find it and see if we have the option. But there is an all-new cook mode with recipes, step-by-step recipes in iOS 18.4. I don't think it's going to show up for me as I don't think I'm subscribed to News Plus, but you do have that option now in iOS 18.4. You also have new emojis in this update as well. Let's see if I can find some of those emojis. I'm not going to go into any of the messages, but the new emojis consist of a face with bags under eyes, a fruit tree, a splinter, a harp, a shovel, a fingerprint, and a leafless tree. And we also have some kind of flag. There is 8 new emojis. We have some kind of flag. I don't think I have any pictures of the flag, but we do have some kind of flag with the 8 new emojis in iOS 18.4. There is some kind of flag emoji, but I don't know what that emoji is called. But I will do research on that, as I'm going to make a separate video for iPadOS as well, because we do have the new Mail app on the iPad. Within Photos, there is an update. The Photos app does definitely get an update. And if you tap on the tool option down here, where you can manage your different settings, and if we go into Filter, we now have a shared with you and a not in album section. If you press the shared with you section, you don't have any photos, so they're not going to show up. But if I go into it here, you press the shared with you, and you can also press shared with you again. And then it says remove folder. So that's a nice update in iOS 18.4. Now, while this app did not show up for me the first time I updated, I had to download it. We do have the Apple Vision Pro app. Now, the first time you go into the app, you're going to get a splash screen, and this is what that splash screen will look like. It's just telling you about the new Apple Vision Pro app. Now, here is the app on my home screen. I do not own an Apple Vision Pro, so as of right now, I don't know what I can do with this app. But you do have the new Vision Pro app if you want to look at some of the different settings and see what the app offers. Overall, it's a pretty great app. You can't really do much with it if you don't own the Vision Pro headset. Unfortunately, I don't, so I can't do much with it, but it is a really good app. As far as any other features with iOS 18.4, well, there are Apple Intelligence updates. You have prioritized notifications. Unfortunately, because I have an iPhone that does not support Apple Intelligence, this is not going to show up for me. But you do have prioritized notifications for those iPhones that support it. And we also have the new Mail app on the iPad, but I'm going to make a separate video on that a little bit later. As far as the performance of this update, well, for using it for a little while, the update runs smoothly. Overall, it's a pretty good update. I do need a good amount of time to see what this update has to offer, but it did not fix the bug I was having with Canary Mail. I updated it yesterday and the widget still whites out every time I tint my icons. But hopefully on the iPad, it fixed split screen. I haven't had a chance to test that out yet, but when I make my video, my separate video for the iPad OS 18.4, I am going to test it out. As far as any other features, well, that's pretty much it for iOS 18.4. If I missed anything in this video, please comment down below. I'm Mr. Hawkins with Hawkins Tech, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.